Hey, nice to meet you. My name is Ryan Hogue, and I appreciate you taking time to check out what I can teach you in my online course about how to start your own e-commerce business. Now, before I go through the curriculum with you, let me take 1 minute just to introduce myself to you. So my name is Ryan Hogue. I started a YouTube channel called Ryan Hogue Passive Income. I think it was like 2019 when I started uploading. And really what I was doing was just sharing my experience starting and running my own e-commerce business, which I began in late 2016 / early 2017, around that time frame. Now, I was happily working as a web developer 9 to 5. I actually, I worked 9 to 5. I worked a second job teaching web development, and I ran my own websites and web development and hosting business. So I made decent money, right? I mean, by most people's standards, like good money. Didn't need to start the e-commerce business. So why did I start it? Well, because I was trading my time for money and there was no end in sight. Like I was making good money, but I was definitely working for each dollar that I earned. And I realized if I really wanted the life of freedom that I think pretty much everybody dreams of, financial freedom at least, that kind of enables you to have true freedom to do what you want when you want, I needed to make passive income. Now, e-commerce is like the best opportunity ever to do just that. And, the best time to start was probably yesterday. However, the e-commerce trend is not going away anytime soon. So, and I mean, you already know this, right? But I just wanted to share that. Okay. So what I'm going to show you is the curriculum for this course. And then you can kind of figure out for yourself if you think you're going to be a good fit for the opportunity. So why don't we transition over to the course and I'll walk you through it. So welcome. This is a behind the scenes tour of my Ryan's Method Amazon merch course. Amazon merch is my highest rated opportunity to make money online because you're basically making money with no investment. You don't have to put any collateral at stake. You don't need to ever give a credit card on file and get billed. Amazon merch is something for nothing. I mean, that's rare these days. And the upside is almost uncapped. Like I know of at least two sellers that make 7-figure profits annually. I also know personally at least a handful of sellers making 5-figure monthly profits from Merch by Amazon. Yes, you heard that correctly. 5-figure a month, at least 10,000. One of them actually joined my FBA course. He took the profits he made from Merch by Amazon, started an FBA business. Not a bad idea, right? Just reinvesting it and hoping to multiply it even further. Now, Merch by Amazon, if you're not familiar with it, allows us to sell Prime eligible print-on-demand products on Amazon, the world's largest e-commerce market, to a huge audience. And because it's Prime eligible, that means that a lot of the Prime customers, and I think the last I heard there was over 200 million households in the United States with Amazon Prime. That means that when they click the little filter that says Prime only to filter out search results that aren't Prime eligible, we will be eligible to show up, which increases the likelihood of sales. Obviously, people that pay for Prime, they want that fast shipping and they get it and they get free and fast, right? So Amazon Merch, man, it's a no-brainer. Now, it is an invite-only program, which sounds like you need to be invited. You actually just need to apply and get in. So don't worry. If you join the course, I guarantee you that you will get an account. And the way I'm going to do that, well, of course, I'll address that behind the paywall of the course, but I'll both give you advice on how to get accepted. And I've got an alternative method that I'll share with you if you are about to give up on getting accepted, because not everybody gets in the first time you apply. Of course, you can reapply. So don't be worried about that. You will get an account. Now, here's the little tour of the course, guys. I broke everything up into modules. So it's very modular, and each module is like similar content. And I use Teachable, which is a platform for basically building out online courses that makes this very accessible for both you and I. It gives me all the tools I need to administrate the course, as the instructor. So what I've done here is I've split it up into modules, and I'm going to walk you through basically what you can expect to learn in this course. This course is going to teach you everything I've learned in my Amazon merch career, where I took my account from tier 10, meaning when you start, you can only sell 10 products at a time, all the way up to tier 200,000. So I've come quite some way, and I'm going to speak to everything I've learned along the way. Also, everything is up to date. Anytime something gets outdated, I come in here and I refresh it. I'm also actively working on actually like kind of splitting the course up into becoming more and more modular. Like what you'll notice here is like module number 2 and module number 3. They used to look similar to module number 1 with a bunch of lectures. What I actually did is I split this out into a separate course for print-on-demand research. And then I split module number 3 out into a separate course for print-on-demand design tutorials. Now, I'll walk you through everything you'll learn in there, but I just wanted to clear up for you that when you join my Ryan's Method Merch by Amazon course, you will get instant access to those courses as well. And I'm also going to do one in the near future on Amazon advertising. Whereas right now, there's a module on advertising for those of us that scale our merch accounts up high enough to get access to advertise. You will have access to this module right now, but in the future, in the near future, that's going to be a separate course, but you will get enrollment into that course and it'll teach you everything you need to know about running ads on Amazon. By the way, I've spent over my lifetime 6 figures on Amazon ads, and I'm sure one day that'll get to 7 figures, right? But it's not going to be static. I'm going to give you different methods of running ads. You can figure out what works for you. For instance, you can see right here, I've got a lecture called Lowball Bid Strategy. So if you have access to ads, but you're scared of running ads, at least implement that one because it's basically a guarantee you will operate at a profit. Of course, there's a lot more you can do than just that, but at a minimum, I've got one in there that's suitable for everybody, okay? So I just want you guys to know that I'm going to give you options, and I'm also going to walk you through the logic for everything that I recommend. So you're not just going to blindly follow me because I'm a talking head on a computer screen. I'm going to say, hey, this is why we're taking this approach if you choose to take it. This is when it would make sense for you to consider it, etc. That's my teaching style, guys. I've got over 7 years experience teaching at the college level, teaching web development at the college level. I opened my online school in 2019, I believe. Yeah, 2019. And I'm looking out for everybody, and I've got great feedback, by the way. I invite anybody to check out my Trustpilot, or you can go to ryanhogue.com/testimonials to see a bunch of real feedback from real people. You can also come to my Facebook groups and make a post, ask people to provide feedback. You'll get people to give you honest results. All right, so module 1 is introduction. I'm going to give you high-level information specific to both print on demand and the Merch by Amazon program. There's quite a bit that you need to get acclimated with, things like the content policy, the resources, a lot of also introductory information. The learning curve, of course, guys, is the highest when you're just starting. I understand that. So you're going to probably get hit by a fire hose of information if you're just starting. But what you're going to get in this course is something that you don't get in the Merch by Amazon official resources section. I'm going to tell you literally the minimum you need to understand, as well as highly recommend paying attention to some other stuff that I would highly recommend that you understand as well. Because the thing about Merch by Amazon accounts is you got to keep them safe. Otherwise, they will take it away. It's kind of a privilege. And then even beyond that, there's a lot of stuff to understand. For instance, when you sell through Merch by Amazon, we go through a separate portal to sell on Amazon than is average. The average Amazon seller goes through something called Seller Central. With Merch by Amazon, they created a whole nother portal, and they kind of stripped down what we have access to and what we have control over, and gave us a very pared down version that still allows us to create listings on Amazon, but they're also Amazon's listings as opposed to our listings, which would be the case in Seller Central. Now, I don't want to talk your head off about these kind of complex issues. Not really even issues. They're just things, right? I will go into more detail and give you more context in the course, of course. But also, while you're watching this video, I figured, why not just talk about it? So I'm going to talk about how to publish your first product. I'm going to talk about an introduction. I labeled this 2020. It's basically 2020 and beyond, ever since they rolled out a new wizard to create listings on Merch by Amazon. But an introduction to the program. Course tools is exactly what it sounds like, tools that you're going to find useful. Most of them are free. Some of them are paid. By the way, anytime I recommend something that's paid, I do everything I can in my power to negotiate a maximum discount for just the students in my courses, right? So a lot of times if I recommend a tool, they say, oh yeah, and here's a promo code. And that's for if I broadcast it to YouTube and everybody. But if you're in my courses, I do everything I can to get you maximum discounts, better than what's publicly available, to help make this course pay for itself, basically. I walk you through applying for your Merch by Amazon account. In this lecture, we go very in-depth into Tier 10 and specifically how to get out of Tier 10. We talk about Tier 10 to Tier 500 with a single design, because I actually did that on my mom's Merch by Amazon account, and you'll learn everything you need to know about that story in that lecture. I explain how royalties work, how getting paid works. Of course, that's important. I put together an appendix in case you hear me reference something like an acronym that you don't know what it is. Click the appendix. It should be there. Otherwise, if it's not, scroll down to the comment section, drop me a line. I get an email every time there's a comment. I tend to respond very quickly, typically within 15 minutes, but it could be as long as like an hour, but typically I respond very quickly because I am at my computer pretty much all day. So sadly, anyways, yeah, so the appendix, and if you drop a comment, of course, I'll see it and I'll respond. Also, I'll talk about the points of contact that you get with me as soon as I'm done going through the curriculum. Here, every Merch by Amazon product reviewed. That is what it sounds like. I ordered every single Merch by Amazon product on the catalog for men and women. So me and my girlfriend basically did a full-on review so you can actually see the end results of your work. I got some live stream replays in here. A massive sales hack. That lecture, I'm not even going to tell you what it is, but it is absolutely brilliant, and it is going to help you get out of the low tiers at no expense to you. This one is awesome. Really proud of that one. I don't know. I don't even remember. Like, it just dawned on me. When I thought of it, I was like, man, that is crazy. All right. Module 2, all about niche research, guys. Now, that's actually going to take you over here to, not this one, actually, this tab, the print on demand niche research course. So like I said, it used to be a bunch of lectures, and then I split it out into a separate course that allows me to include it in my dropshipped print on demand course, which is another print on demand course that I have, complementary to Merch by Amazon. But Merch by Amazon needed its own course because it's such a unique beast, which with such high earning potential. But this course right here is all about finding the best opportunities that are out there to sell print on demand products, ideally with low to medium competition and medium to high demand, because that's the recipe for success. Like I always say, if you jump into the Father's Day niche and you upload the 100,000th Father's Day t-shirt, you're like, wait, I was in a niche that was making crazy sales. Why didn't I make a sale? It's like, well, because you uploaded the 100,000th t-shirt and you don't have any sales history. So the algorithm doesn't trust you. They've got all these other options that they can show to the customers that have sales history. So they're going to show the proven ones to the customers. And if you don't have any visibility, guys, you're not going to make any sales, because think about the customer journey. Perform a keyword search, look at the results. If you don't show up in the results on page 1, nobody's going to know you exist. Click 1, add to cart, checkout, etc. So in the niche research course, you're going to learn things like how to succeed as a print on demand seller, just best practices as it relates to niche research. Golden rule number 1 and 2. These are my 2 golden rules. One is the trademark research. So you're thinking like, oh, is that going to mean hiring a lawyer? No hiring lawyers. Lawyers get away with murder, charging $1,000 to do trademark research. And I'm going to show you how to do it yourself. It's not that hard as you would expect. Like, if other humans are doing it, do you need a law degree? Sometimes you do. In this case, you do not. Golden rule number 2 is content policy. Each platform you sell on has their own content policy. Merch by Amazon has by far the strictest content policy. So you really cannot skip golden rule 1 and 2 in order to keep your account safe, because this is going to be recurring passive income for you for years to come, unless you do something really wrong. So we're going to avoid that. Niching down. So like the Father's Day example, there are ways to niche down within Father's Day and make money. But if you just create, a generic, I'm the best father in the world t-shirt, there's no way that you're going to be successful. I mean, it's going to take a lot of luck. But with niching down, you're going to increase your odds of achieving success. Go through other strategies like using synonyms to increase your sales. I'm going to talk about trends versus evergreens. Trending designs tend to make you a lot of money in a short burst, but then they fizzle out. Evergreens sell year round. So that's our goal. It's my goal, at least. I want to sell a lot of evergreens. So I'm going to walk you through that. Niche research tools. So I'm going to walk you through tools that I use. I split it up into both free tools and paid tools. Okay. So I'm going to give you exact tutorials of how I use them, how you can use them. Again, I always provide context. So you don't just know how, but you know why. Like, why is this relevant? All right. I'm going to teach you everything like that. And then you don't have to use any paid tools, because of course I'm giving you all these free options, but should you choose to, the first thing I just want to remind you is I give you exclusive discounts that I negotiated with the owners of these tools. It's one of the perks of having my YouTube channel, which I'm guessing is probably how you found me. A lot of people find me through my YouTube channel, but if you haven't checked it out, by the way, go check it out. Ryan Hogue Passive Income on YouTube. A lot of positive feedback on the videos, and I get a lot of inspiration for what to put in the course by looking at my YouTube video comments. You know what I mean? People ask questions. I'm like, all right, I should put that in the course. So module 3, niche research expedited using paid tools. And the last module, additional research methods. The first lecture you see here is definitely a popular one. It's my biggest success stories, which ranges from making $700 in a single day on Merch by Amazon from one shirt design. And I even reveal the design in this course, by the way, in that lecture. So you get to see the actual design, ranging from, all the way up to, oh yeah, I tell you my first kind of semi-big success story. It was big at the time with Merch by Amazon. A single shirt design made me $100. Well, I basically went from $100 in a month as my earnings for the month. The next month to 1,000. I 10x'd month over month, and it had a lot to do with one design. So I tell you that story. I also tell you the story of how I sold hats and made $7,000 in a single day. So yeah, a lot of big success stories in there. And then I give you recommendations because I'm not just making these lectures because it's filler content. When I do these lectures, I'm speaking to my firsthand experience as a seller, as a successful seller, and I weave in how I used each one of these to make sales, but not just like one sale or two sales, but to make like relevant number of sales. And I tell you all the stories as we go, but browsing the internet, watching TV, mobile apps, and then I mixed in a lecture there on Google Alerts. That's a good one. Not a lot of people talking about that. You can actually subscribe to alerts and have Google serve you up fresh, hot niches every single day. You can actually set the frequency. So I'm going to walk you through exactly how to do that in that lecture. And I've got some more live streams there. Now, module number 3 is all about the design process. How to optimize your designs to make sales online. There is a difference between selling online and selling in a retail store, guys. So in this course, and again, all you have to do, click that lecture. It'll allow you to enroll in this course and you get lifetime access to everything as it is today and all future updates. What do you think? How many is that? Like 20 something, maybe even like 30 lectures on just how to do graphic design for print on demand. This is not a graphic design class. This is how to use, I cover 3 different softwares. So you have a choice, whatever you're most comfortable in. I cover Canva, Photopea, and Adobe Photoshop. Whatever you're most comfortable in, I basically show you, and again, you don't need any design ability because I also show you how you can use pre-made graphics from professionals to make designs that sell. Notice my word choice was very intentional. Designs that sell. It's something that it's a hill that everybody kind of climbs at their own speed. Takes some people longer to kind of get a grasp because there's a very clear-cut approach to doing print-on-demand design that we know works. No theory, right? It's proven by customer sales data. Okay, so like that's what you get, by the way. Like I guess it's because I learned how to program. Like I have a very data-driven mindset. If you learn from me, I'm never going to say, hey guys, trust me because I'm Ryan. I'm a talking head on a screen. Trust me. I never say that. I say, hey, like this is the data and this is the picture it's painting, right? That's how my brain works. So if you're a fan of that, like that's what you're going to get. I'm not going to give you theory. I'm going to say, hey, like let's go study the best-selling shirts on Amazon and see what we learn. Okay. And then that's what I'm going to give you in this course. So I call it designing for clicks, how to optimize thumbnails for clicks. I also tell you when that's possible because again, each marketplace has its own rules. You got to know the rules or you're going to get in trouble. So that's, again, the value that I'm bringing to the table here. Design styles, best-selling styles. So again, we're going to look at the best sellers, see what we learn. Color profiles. I write down a bunch of color profiles for you to use. Now, again, there's infinite color profiles you can use, but these are basically like complementary colors that you can use for things like even just text-only designs, just putting text on a t-shirt. So no design at all. I talk about how you can make text-based designs that sell. And people don't believe me. I did an interview with somebody, at this point it's probably a year ago, who used an app on his phone, and he just knew how to like use good font selection and mixing colors whenever. And he had done $250,000 in sales. He did 300,000 actually was the real number on Amazon merch alone on one platform. Okay, so yeah, if you're not confident in your graphic design ability, don't worry. It's all covered in here. Avoid common mistakes. Yes, of course. T-shirt design best practices. So we're focusing exclusively on t-shirts, even though there's a ton of different products we can sell. Phone cases, coffee mugs, jewelry, sweatshirts, t-shirts. It's endless. New fonts, how to find new fonts and how to install fonts. All right. Fonts are a big deal when you're doing any sort of text design. And I pretty much put text on every single one of my designs. So that's a big thing. Design tools, like I said, I'm going to walk you through a bunch of relevant tools. I don't just put a tool in here if I don't use it. These are all tools that I actually use that serve some kind of purpose. Things like, automatic resizers, so you can upload to various different products and expedite the process of resizing your designs. Because when you do your design, you'll really only optimize it for specific dimensions, and that will convert it for you. The biggest lecture in this one is with the star there, pre-made graphics and freebies. So just by joining the course, you instantly get $45 of free graphics from our friends at Merch Science. Okay, that's something that used to be for sale publicly. I don't think they even sell it anymore. So this graphic library only exists in this course, and there's actually 3 different packs that I negotiated with the owner of Merch Science, and he said, yeah, go ahead, give it to your students. So that's $45 you get back immediately. Plus, I share my go-to source for I share my go-to source for vector, got my tongue tied, vector graphics in there. And it has over 65,000 free vector graphics, which are resolution independent. So you can scale them up, scale them down, no issues. And that's not something I talk about publicly anywhere. I save that for the students in my course. I show you tools that can cartoonize your designs. It's like one of my favorite tools to work with. We love to cartoonize the dogs. We have a couple dogs and just make them into like cute little cartoons and do different things with them, stickers, t-shirts, etc. My girlfriend launched a dog ice cream brand where literally the logo is cartoonized. So really good stuff. There should be an exclusive discount in there as well that I negotiated for you guys that joined the course. And then module 3, all about design tutorials, how to go about, well, first there's always an introduction to show you the around the tool that we're going to be using, walk you through text-based designs, how to do a distressed effect, which is a very popular effect that you can apply to text designs and graphic designs. I'll show you how to create curved text. By the way, one thing I didn't mention in the titles of these lectures, but I actually also, it's like I'll show you how to do it, but if you don't actually care about learning, I also say, hey, you're in my course. Click here to download a template that I made just for you. And this template already has everything in there. So if you don't want to watch the lectures, like literally download the template. It's already got the curved text. It's already got some graphics in there. It's got various background colors that match the different popular shirt colors. It's got a lot of stuff that will, it's literally what I use. Okay. So to me, that's like my highest vote of confidence. If I'm going to make a design, I start with that template. Okay. So I literally give you one click, you download the template, use the template, expedite the process. That's what I'm all about that. I'm a programmer. So I'm all about, I don't want to click twice if I can click once, right? It's all about optimizing for speed and efficiency. But again, I'll also show you how to do everything, all right? So I walk you through Canva, walk you through Photopea, walk you through some various references, some places that I go for graphics, but then also how to create your own, like Sunset Graphics sell extremely well. I use them in, I don't know, if I want to estimate, the number that comes to mind is like probably 80% of my graphics lately, or my designs lately. I use these like big sunset designs because for whatever reason, people buy them. And hey, I'm here to make sales. You know what I mean? Even if it doesn't make sense to use a multicolored sunset graphic in my design, I'll probably use it if I think it's going to make a sale. You know what I mean? Because I'm reverse engineering my end goal. My end goal is to make money. So those sunsets are amazing. You can go use the resource that I recommend, which is going to cost you a little bit of money. But of course, I got you an exclusive student discount for that one. Or I'll show you how to make your own. So no worries. All over print tutorial, flag with vertical text. So I'll just put random ones in here if I think they're relevant. Like, July 4th coming up. Here's a flag with vertical text design style that's been selling really well this year. I'll add it there. Show you how to make it. And then some bonuses. How to automate and scale designs. So using automation to scale out designs. There's a tool in there and a 50% off student discount just for you guys that join the course. Some live design sessions, free mockup generator, mockups for thumbnails and ads if you end up running ads. And I put a lecture in here just kind of distinguishing between how we design for online sales versus retail sales. Because, literally, I go to a store and I take a bunch of pictures and I just say, look at the store at what's selling. Now look at online. Look at the differences. There's quite a few. It's not by coincidence, right? So we have to play the game. If we're selling online, don't design the way that you would see stuff in a retail store because we're not in a retail store. So module 4 is all about creating your merch product listing. Now, there's a lot of different components. It may seem at face value like it's simple, but there's quite a bit that goes into this. And I'm going to walk you through a pretty wide array of things that you need to know about creating your listing, starting first with my safe upload strategy. Again, geared towards keeping your account safe. These are things that you just kind of pick up on over time. Like for instance, my girlfriend, I forgot to even tell her this when she's working on her account, but she said it to me the other day and I was like, yes. When she said it, I was like, yes, that is extremely smart what you just said. And I apologize for not telling you to do that earlier or recommending it. Okay, so step one, like how to do your uploading, your designs, etc., selecting products. I walk you through a pricing strategy by tier, talk about product details, how to do search engine optimization for Amazon. Each platform that you sell on, in this case, the scope of the course is just Amazon, but you need to kind of be familiar with how the algorithm works for that platform. So I'm going to make recommendations there. Step 4 is about selling on the international markets. After that, I talk about a multi-upload strategy that may or may not be relevant to you. Again, a lot of times I just put stuff out there and maybe you scale up to the point where you end up using it. Maybe you don't. It's all good. It'll be here. And it's good to be aware of strategies anyways, even if you just hear about it now and then implement it later. Strategy to manage listings, manage multiple listings. Talk about like cell phone cases, strategy for uploading to them specifically on various product types. If I think it warrants adding a lecture, I will add it here. If not, I won't. Some of them are pretty straightforward, but like cell phone cases, for instance, depending if you're Android or iPhone, you need to kind of design differently. So things like that worth noting. Most people don't have both phones, right? I've used both. I don't have both. I use Android now. Reporting infringing listings. So sometimes people or bots steal your designs and then re-upload. So I show you how to get those taken down. Contacting Merch by Amazon. They do technically have like a way of contacting them. However, they're not the best about responding, but in case you're wondering how to do it, I walk through it there. Talk about the Amazon algorithm from the perspective of a multi-million-dollar Amazon seller. So I'll walk you through that. And I talk about when it makes sense to re-upload your designs, all right, specifically. And then I go into international marketplace strategy a little bit more in depth there. Module 5 is all about strategy by tier. All right. And I've kind of grouped some tiers together, typically like 2 tiers at a time if I do that. But like obviously tier 10's got the most strategy. That's where the most people have the most trouble. Then we get into tier 25 to 500 strategy. By the way, this is going to cover like niche selection, pricing. If there's anything relevant about how to design, it's all in here. And again, I can only speak to what I know. So as of recording this, I'm in tier 200,000. And then I added a lecture on old designs, new products, because again, this Amazon merch ecosystem is constantly evolving as it evolves. Number one, if you're subscribed to my YouTube channel, you already know I'm going to give you updates on the thing that changed most recently, but then also I'm going to give you an in-depth, detailed strategy breakdown in the course. So you can look forward to that. Also, if you're on Facebook, join the private Facebook group. I'll talk more about this in a second after I go through the curriculum. But I like to upload, and like if it's something really like kind of breaking news, really relevant, I'll upload it to the Facebook group as well. So I make sure you guys are aware, of what my recommendation is. Module 6, all about advertising. I touched on this earlier. I'm going to split this out into a separate course really soon. But it's everything you need to know about how to advertise on Amazon. When you get access to running ads with Merch by Amazon, it is not required, but why wouldn't you at least want to know how to do it? Also, I do highly recommend, like if I put a star, I really recommend you check out that lecture. I highly, highly recommend that everybody that can advertise use my lowball bid strategy because I don't want to say it's guaranteed to make money, but it's basically guaranteed to make money. All right. You'll understand it when you watch that video. Module 7 is advanced strategy. Definitely not for everybody, but when I hear or see people doing this successfully, I want to share it. All right. It's how to market to local business because guys, your sales can originate organically from a search, find, buy from an Amazon customer. They can also originate from you sending like traffic from local businesses, right? Everybody needs t-shirts, right? I got a nonprofit t-shirt on right here. Any way you can increase your sales, guys, I want to share with you. If it's practical, if it makes sense to you, you can try to implement it. If not, just know that it's here. All right. I walk you through a crazy case study where this seller did 1.8 million in sales in 1 month. Yes, you heard that correctly. I know. Why can't that be me? I'm going to tell you how he did it and go through the cold approach to small and medium businesses. And then I'm going to walk you through QR codes, how you can create QR codes for free. Because anytime you're taking somebody that is not at a computer and trying to send them to a listing that they actually purchase, you want to make it as simple as possible. QR codes do that. All right. Module 8 is called Beyond Amazon Merch because, guys, if you're going to take the time and effort to create these Merch by Amazon designs that you turn into merch products, milk them for all that they're worth. Make as much money as possible. You can upload these to additional products and marketplaces. I say occupy as much online real estate as possible. That's what I call it. And nobody's ever debated me. Nobody's ever debated that if you can sell more products on more platforms, you're more likely to make more money. Not a single person's ever debated me on that. So this is all about how to maximize your income from Merch by Amazon. And I even put a lecture in there on hiring virtual assistants in case you don't have the time to push your products or your designs to additional products on additional marketplaces. I walk you through how you can consider hiring a virtual assistant to assist you with that effort. All right. You can outsource it basically. Or the bonus module, the last one in this course, is all about using automation to both automate the creation of designs and the uploading of designs. And yes, that does work for Merch by Amazon. It also works for some of the other marketplaces that I talk about in Module 8. Now, many people are aware of upload automation, but they're scared of using it. What I provide you in this course and in this bonus module is not just very detailed instructions of how to do it. I provide you a template that I created for people like I used to be. When I first heard about upload automation, I was like, oh man, I'm not that comfortable using spreadsheets, doing formulas, etc. And I just sat down one day and I said, you know what? I'm going to grind it out because once I get this going, I'm going to make it streamlined and it's going to be easy. And the same promise is true to you. All right, because you're learning it from me and I've already figured it out. So I'm going to show you how to do all that, but I'm also going to let you download in one click a spreadsheet that I've optimized for upload automation that has all the formulas built in. And I'm going to show you exactly how I catalog my designs so I can strip out the primary keywords, put them in the spreadsheet, and then apply the formulas that I wrote to every row. Make it as simple, as quick as possible. There's no reason for me to lie, guys. It's 100% true. I did it as good as I possibly can to make your life as easy as possible. And I mean, from firsthand experience, I've already seen feedback of people that are like, oh my God, I hate Excel. Thank you for this template. And they've got it working. They're using upload automation every single day. So, and of course, also the upload automation tool, I got an exclusive discount, not available publicly. You're only going to find it in this course to basically bring the price down because it's not my tool. So yeah, maximum discounts for any tool. These are not required to be used, but should you choose to at least try it out, I would always recommend trying it out. Also, I give you context in the course of when it makes sense to consider using it, because if you're just starting out, the last thing you need to do is to automate your uploads. But when you get the ball rolling, you say, okay, I'm comfortable now. I'm going to check it out. It's right here. You've got the discount, you've got step-by-step instructions, and you've got templates. You've got everything, guys. So that is it for the curriculum of my Merch by Amazon course. All right, so I hope that was a helpful insight into what you're going to learn in the course. Hopefully I didn't talk too long. I tend to do that. And as we wrap up, guys, I just want to also share that when you enroll, you get access to a couple different things, namely me. I become basically your personal mentor. You can reach out in a couple different ways. For instance, we have a private Facebook community that you'll get access to. I monitor that, so that's one way of reaching out to me. You can also email me directly. You can hit me up on Facebook Messenger. I'm the only person that monitors that inbox. You're not going to get a bot. You're not going to get, well, in the future, you may get a bot, but if I do implement a bot, I will also tell all of the students how to message me. That way, if I implement the bot, it'll basically be like kind of freeing up my own personal time so that I don't get messages from people that aren't in the course. And if necessary, I have jumped on phone calls with people. However, of course, I have very limited time, so I'm not trying to make a promise where I'm going to be getting on regular phone calls with you. If you have a question that requires a short phone call, of course, I'll jump on with you. It's not a big deal, but I also take that feedback and I'll go implement a solution in the course so that everybody benefits to hopefully avoid future phone calls because we both have limited time, right? So we don't need to be on the phone all day. All right, so that is all included in your enrollment. Plus, of course, I have the bonus sections where I focus exclusively on automation, guys. And just a reminder, like you get lifetime access to everything that has already been implemented in the course, plus future updates, because there's going to be some amazing automation tool that comes out down the line. I don't even know what it is. You don't know what it is, but hey, when it's built, most likely people are going to reach out to me and tell me because I have the YouTube channel. with a lot of people that subscribe and all that great stuff. So I'll be one of the first people to learn. Then I'm going to get you the exclusive discount, put together a full tutorial in the course, and you will get access at no additional charge. That's what I'm promising you if you join the course. If it sounds too good to be true, maybe it is. Maybe I shouldn't be doing it, but I'm human, guys. I don't sell under an alias. I use my real name. I'm a real person. I teach at the college level, so I'm very invested in my students' success. And I know if you're going to put in your own time and effort and a little bit of money here to enroll in the course, that I want you to be successful. All right. So that's my promise to you, that I got your back. That's it for my presentation, guys. Thank you for watching. I'd like to challenge you to make an investment in yourself and start that business right now. There's no better time to start than right now. You'll be reaping the benefits of this decision for years to come. I hope to see you inside.